including restrictions on sidewalks, shared use paths, and highways. Fines for violations range from $100 to $500, with parents responsible if minors break the rules. The meeting begins at 7 p.m. at Naperville City Hall. No injuries were reported after a fire heavily damaged a Hoffman Estates home Saturday afternoon. Firefighters responded to the Goldenrod Lane residence at 3:50 p.m., bringing the flames under control with assistance from multiple neighboring fire departments. Damage is estimated at $160,000. Investigators say the home had working smoke detectors but no sprinkler system, and the cause of the blaze remains under investigation. Police in Country Club Hills are seeking the public's help locating a 65-year-old woman missing for over a week. Olabukola Olatunji was last seen November 8th at her Pulaski Road residence. She is described as 5'3", 180 pounds, and may be in danger due to a medical condition. Anyone with information is urged to contact police at 708-798-3191 or call 911. The FAA is lifting all legal remaining flight restrictions at 40 major airports after the nation's longest government shutdown. Airlines can return to normal schedules starting today. The cuts had peaked at 6% before being eased as staffing improved following the shutdowns in November 12th. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Hot Hands. No injuries were reported after a fire heavily damaged a Hoffman Estates home Saturday afternoon. Firefighters responded to the Goldenrod Lane residence at 3:50 p.m., bringing the flames under control with assistance from multiple neighboring fire departments. Damage is estimated at $160,000. Investigators say the home had working smoke detectors but no sprinkler system, and the cause of the blaze remains under investigation. Police in Country Club Hills are seeking the public's help locating a 65-year-old woman missing for over a week. Olabukola Olatunji was last seen November 8th at her Pulaski Road residence. She is described as 5'3", 180 pounds, and may be in danger due to a medical condition. Anyone with information is urged to contact police at 708-798-3191 or call 911. The FAA is lifting all legal remaining flight restrictions at 40 major airports after the nation's longest government shutdown. Airlines can return to normal schedules starting today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, a decent chance of rain with cloudy skies and a high near 42. Tonight, a slight chance of drizzle before 9 p.m., cloudy with a low around 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 45. Currently, it is 41 and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-791-1313. 800-791-1313.
Hey Bear fans, want your business heard during every heart-pounding moment of the game? WRMN 1410 is now offering in-game ad spots for Chicago Bears broadcasts. Be part of the action as thousands of die-hard listeners tune in each week. Whether it's a touchdown, a turnover, or a timeout, your message will be right there in the mix. Spots are limited and going fast. Call WRMN 1410 today and score big with in-game advertising that delivers results. WRMN 1410, where Chicago comes to play. Get in the game with the Chicago Bears and WRMN.
I know we're at an at-will state, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what? You're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what? I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
Welcome, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the valley and the talk of the town. We hope that you're enjoying the morning so far here. It's a little bit on the overcast side of things, a little bit on the chilly side today. We are going to see those temperatures continuing to drop a little bit here. We're going to also see some rain eventually coming up as well, too. So stay tuned for that. And then also into next week, we'll talk a little bit here, too, about Thanksgiving, because it's coming up just around the corner here, folks. You are listening to Matt McNeil taking you out to lunch. We are broadcasting live here from Studio 14, serving you, the Fox River Valley area. Just to do a little recap, of course, we did have the morning show with the Elliot Serrano, the L Train Serrano, and Susie C. Sue Castle. You can rewatch that. That's posted on YouTube under the live section. That is youtube.com at WRMN Radio. Don't forget, you can find them under live, but we're already starting to put some more stuff, including those live videos, in our playlists. And if it's a combination of the live videos too, specific shows, we'll put those into multiple playlists so you can see it. But that way it's a little bit easier to access, of course, find those different shows through those playlists. They're really going to be your good friend when it comes to navigating the YouTube side of things. Clicking on those playlists, checking out those shows, and seeing what we had created here for you. And you to us too, because you're part of the show with us here on WRMN. We also did have, of course, the community hour, which was Sherry's show. Sherry Aschenbrenner came in, of course, for the third Tuesday of the month. She had Steve Burness on with the Better Business Bureau, was on talking a little bit about the movement of AI. We've talked about it many times here. Pretty much on every show, and I mean it, pretty much on every show we've mentioned AI, and even in passing in conversation or even having full-on segments about AI and how it's grown, and then also watching out for those scams too. Sherry's there to help you. So if you want to watch that, that's been posted onto our YouTube channel. You can find it on youtube.com at WRMN Radio. We've got here the weather and temperatures for the day today. We are seeing temperatures in the 40s. It's a little bit overcast. We are expecting to see about a 25% chance of rain. Currently not happening right now, but we'll have to wait and see as the day goes by. We do see a high of 44 degrees today, and it does look like a low of 40 degrees for tonight. So pretty much staying consistent in the 40s there. It looks like right now we're at 43 degrees as my phone is telling me on that Apple weather. Low of 40 for tonight. Tomorrow on Wednesday, the 19th, we are already past the halfway mark here for the month of November already. We're getting closer to December, the holidays, the end of the year 2025. We see a high of 46 degrees coming up for tomorrow, low of 40. That new moon is going to be glowing brightly in the sky. However, you might only see a glimpse of it because it is predicted to be quite cloudy out tomorrow. For Thursday, hitting into the 20s here, that is for the numbers on the month. It is a high of 53 degrees, though. Cloudy skies pretty much throughout the day. So we're kind of seeing some cloudier skies. Going to be today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Try not to let the cloudy skies let you down, though. Got some fun things coming up this weekend and during this week, and we'll definitely discuss that here on Out to Lunch and throughout the other local programming. For Friday, temperatures are at a high of 50 degrees, partly cloudy skies, which means we're going to start to see a little bit more sunshine peeping through, but then it does drop down to 35. Cloudy skies early, will becoming partly cloudy later at night. So that's going to be for Friday. Saturday rolls around. We see a high of 52, sunshine and clouds mixed with a low of 36 degrees and a few clouds from time to time. That will be coming up. That's for Saturday night. Sunday rolls around on the 23rd of November. We see a high of 55. Temperatures do rise just a little bit here with intervals of clouds and sunshine, dropping down to 37 as our low. It's getting a little bit chillier at night. Monday the 24th for next week, intervals of clouds and sunshine are in that forecast, dropping down to 35. A 25% chance of some snow is in that forecast. Tuesday the 25th, a week from today, high of 50, overcast with showers at times. I know we're not seeing some really sunny days outside here, but at least we're supposed to get somewhat some sun coming through over the weekend and the early part of next week. And then it is going to be some rain showers that we're seeing here, about a 40 to 60% chance of rain predicted for Tuesday with a low of 36. Hopping down a little bit further into Thursday. Thursday is Thanksgiving Day. Now, previously it was predicted that we were supposed to get pretty much heavier, maybe a little bit some heavier and freezing rain. It does look like, at least as of right now, that prediction has changed. The forecast does say mostly cloudy skies, down to about a 20% chance of some freezing rain, instead of it being about 30 as it was yesterday. But it does go down to 21 as our low. AM snow showers and freezing rain now predicted for Friday the 28th. So we're going to start to see that a little bit more. Snow showers are going to start to be popping up in the forecast. Nothing that is super large except for the 30th. We are going to be seeing, at least prediction-wise now, about an inch of snow is expected. And that percentage predicted as of right now is at about 30 to 40%. High of only 38 for Sunday the 30th with a low of 23. So I know I usually go through what's expected for the rest of this week and the next week. Kind of went through the majority of the rest of the month, but good to keep yourself prepared. Check out more information. You can find it on the Weather Channel's website. That's weather.com. Let's go through an inspirational story today. This one was posted yesterday. I was going to read it, but I thought I would probably shorten it a bit because it was a little shorter segment. But I wanted to read this one today. I think it's a pretty interesting story. This is titled by an anonymous user, quote, "Risking my job as a lunch lady by feeding kids with no lunch money. I work as a lunch lady in a high school. Our school does not get free lunch unless you are approved for it. For that, paperwork has to be filed for the student to receive it. Many times that does not happen, and many times the kids do not have lunch money. Protocol is to give them an alternative meal that consists of a cheese sandwich and all the sides that we offer plus milk. We always have 2 veggies and 2 fruits as sides. The sadness and embarrassment of telling these kids I have to replace their trays is too much for me to handle. I pay their lunch even though they are not allowed, or even though we are not allowed," the writer writes. "I let it slide more times than I can ever admit, but no child will ever go hungry in my line. After a while, you know which kids are truly hungry when they know to come to my line. We do not make much working our jobs, but it's worth it to spend what little I have to ensure those kids won't have an empty belly. If you have extra money this time of the year, call your school district, districting, asking to pay for some lunch balances. It means the world." And I'll add in there too, it means the world, especially to those kids. So it's a very nice story there, posted by an anonymous user, keeping themselves anonymous, but a little act of kindness, even if there's a little bit of risk on there too. So check out more information. You can find this and more at thesunnyskies.com on their website. They've got fun, interesting stories, news, something to kind of brighten your day, give you a little bit of hope as well too. And that's what they like to do. That's at sunnyskies.com. The time is approaching 11:15 or 15 past the hour. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN, AM 1410. We'll continue on, go through just some interesting facts, big question of the day, the word of the day, and the National Day calendar. And of course, we'll also talk more about what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more in just a little bit.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. And we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case. And they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. 800-257-3148. That's 800-257-3148.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
A recent Gallup poll indicated that 38% of Americans are putting off health care because of financial concerns, the highest ever recorded. I'm Dr. Bob Martin, here to serve you every Sunday afternoon from 1 to 4. Millions of Americans are seeking health advice that will not cost an arm and a leg, so I offer health tips and advice absolutely free. Listen to my show, Sunday afternoons from 1 to 4 right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM, the voice of the Valley.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN. Still have a little bit of time left here within this first part of the segment. We've got a big question of the day today, which we will definitely be mentioning here. in just a little bit. Stay tuned. Let's go through, of course, we went through the weather and temperatures. We went through our sunny sky story of the day. We'll also go through some other things, too. We've got our word of the day today. I always like to tell you what the word of the day is recognized. And this is from Merriam-Webster's online dictionary, but it's, of course, in the dictionary as well as it is an English word. But the word of the day today is an adjective. It's eccentric. Eccentric. That is ECCENTRIC. That's eccentric. That's the word of the day today, usually describing people and things that deviate from conventional or accepted usage of or behavior, especially in odd or whimsical ways. It's also used technically to mean, quote, deviating from a circular path and, quote, located elsewhere than the geometric center. How is it used in a sentence? Well, here's a couple examples for you today. He's an endearingly eccentric scientist whose methods are quite inventive. Or, the dwarf planet Pluto has an eccentric orbit. So eccentric can mean, of course, odd or whimsical, right? If you ever find me on Pinterest, I am on Pinterest. I have quite a few eccentric posts, not of my own particularly, but of others that I keep and I'm inspired by. And usually a lot of it is kind of eccentric. It's whimsical. Sometimes it's a little gothic. Sometimes it's a little bit Tim Burton-y feels and vibes, things like that. And of course I got the Victorian and Edwardian and early 20th century kind of feel and 21st, all that stuff. So a lot of things on there I can find that are very whimsical and eccentric. So that is the word of the day today. You can find it at Merriam-Webster's dictionary or on their website, merriam-webster.com. Now let's go through the big question of the day today. And Elliot, if you're listening in, this one's for you. Why do we eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving? Yes, America's pumpkin spice obsession actually dates back to at least the 1500s. This was written 8 days ago on November 10th by Hannah McDonald of mentalfloss.com. No Thanksgiving dessert spread is complete without that delicious pumpkin pie, but how did this tasty treat come to be such an integral part of the annual feast? Let's dig in and see a little bit about this. We'll start off with the origins of the pumpkin pie. Well, it's possible, even probable, that pumpkins were served at the 1621 Harvest Festival, that's now considered the predecessor of Thanksgiving, or to Thanksgiving. Attendees definitely didn't dine on pumpkin pie. There was no butter or wheat flour to make the crust. The earliest known recipes for pumpkin pie actually come from the 17th century in Europe. Pumpkins, like potatoes and tomatoes, were first introduced to Europe in the Columbian Exchange, but Europeans were more comfortable cooking with pumpkins because they were similar to their native gourds. Now, by the 18th century, however, Europeans on the whole lost interest in that pumpkin pie. According to howstuffworks.org, Europeans began to prefer apple, pear, and quiche pies, which were perceived as more sophisticated and elegant. But at the same time, pumpkin pie was losing its favor in Europe. It was actually gaining some more staple status in America. In 1796, Amelia Simmons published American Cookery, the first cookbook written and published in the American colonies. Simmons included 2 recipes for pumpkin pudding, and it was spelled with an O instead of a U, pumpkin pudding, cooked in pastry crust. Simmons' recipes called for, quote, stewed and strained pumpkin combined with a mixture of nutmeg, allspice, and ginger. Yes, it seems our pumpkin spice obsession does date back to at least the 1500s. Now, how did this pumpkin pie become a classic Thanksgiving dessert? That's the question that we're asking. That has everything really to do with Sarah Joseph Hale, a New Hampshire-born writer and editor who is often called the, quote, godmother of Thanksgiving. In her 1827 abolitionist novel, Northwood, Hale described a Thanksgiving meal complete with, quote, fried chicken floating in gravy, broiled ham, wheat bread, cranberry sauce, and, of course, pumpkin pie. For more than 30 years, Hale advocated for Thanksgiving to become a national holiday, writing regular editorials and sending letters to 5 American presidents. Thanksgiving was a symbol for unity in an increasingly divided country, she argued. Abraham Lincoln eventually declared Thanksgiving as a national holiday in 1863 to near immediate outcry from Southerners who viewed the holiday as an attempt to enforce Yankee values. Southern governors reluctantly complied with the presidential proclamation, but cooks in the South developed their own unique regional traditions. In the South, sweet potato pie quickly became more popular than New England's pumpkin pie, mostly because sweet potatoes were easier to come by than those pumpkins. Now, pumpkin pie reigns deliciously supreme as the most popular holiday pie across most of the United States, although there are those in the Northeast who may prefer apple, and then the South often split between apple and pecan, another Southern staple. So, it looks like there was originally a story that ran in 2019, a version of the story, and it has been updated for 2025, it says here. So if you want to check out more, you can find it at mentalfloss.com. View more interesting stories and big questions that maybe you ponder on, maybe you've never known about, or maybe you wondered for a long time. These are some great ways to check those out. Just wanted to send you some reminders here. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/WRMN Radio. Now, you can actually customize your notifications. So you can get those notifications on your device, whether it's your computer, your laptop, your tablet, or your phone. And so you know when we do make postings. The same also applies for our YouTube side of things as well. So if you're looking to keep yourself in tune with what's going on here on WRMN, different postings that we have, events going on, of course, you can set those notifications. You can find things that we post regularly here on WRMN on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WRMN Radio. That's a great way to check it out there too. Of course, like I've been saying, you can also view the playlists. Those playlists are going to be very handy for you if you're trying to navigate specific shows. If you're like, hey, I want to listen to a political talk show, I want to hear what they said on Friday, then of course you can go back into the playlist, check out a political talk show, and you can find it there. Also keep a note too, of course, the dates. We put the dates on there too, so you can find those as well. And of course, the dates posted are always usually the day of. So of course, you can find that on our YouTube channel, especially under those playlists. Now, if you're looking for particular videos that maybe have, the most views, maybe you're like, what WRMN videos have the most views? Those, of course, you can also customize and find for yourself too on the YouTube side of things. Again, that's youtube.com/WRMN Radio. If you want to type it into the search engine, of course, it's youtube.com/@WRMN Radio. And then if you want to hit that live button too, you can even create a shortcut on your desktop. So it's really good to utilize that tool if you know how to use it. I know at the age of technology, things are getting more advanced, and maybe for those who are not as tech savvy, it might be a little bit difficult. But we're here to help if you have any questions, of course. Feel free to call us, 847-741-7700. You can also text us. That text line is great to use because it utilizes the tool of texting, which of course you can also share pictures and images and even videos to us. And with your permission, we can put it here on the screen when we are streaming live on that YouTube side of things. So please feel free to do that. I also have been announcing here too throughout pretty much the whole time since we've had the text line that you can send pictures and information in regards to Tradio, which is every Monday through Friday. That is, Monday through Thursday. That's at 12:30. So we do have our Tradio segment today. So if you want to check out all that good information, of course, stay tuned for more here on Out to Lunch. Coming up next, we do have the bottom of the hour news and messages from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll go through the National Day calendar. We will also touch base a little bit on what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. Lots of good things are going on in the Fox River Valley, and we like to keep you in tune with that as well. So stay tuned for all of that and more. We also do have some other local programming coming up as well today, so we'll definitely touch base with that, talk about that, mention it so that you can keep on track and schedule with our different local programmings that we have here on WRMN. Stay tuned for more bottom of the hour news, messages from our sponsors. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch on this little bit overcast Tuesday, but it is a Tuesday. It is Tuesday, right? Yes, it is Tuesday. Stay tuned for more. We'll be back.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X. A Chicago daycare teacher taken into federal custody last week has been released. 38-year-old Diana Galliano was freed from ICE detention in Clay County, Indiana, Wednesday night. Her release came the same day a federal judge ordered a bond hearing, ruling that her detention without one violated her right to due process. Galliano was forcibly removed from the Raído del Sol Spanish Immersion Early Learning Center in Chicago's North Center neighborhood on November 5th. In a statement, she expressed gratitude to her supporters and said she looks forward to returning to her students. Aurora city leaders are taking steps to limit federal immigration enforcement locally. The city council unanimously approved an ordinance barring immigration and customs enforcement agents from using Aurora-owned property for operations, including city buildings, parks, and parking lots. The measure also requires city officials to document any unauthorized use of public property by federal agents and share the records with the Illinois Accountability Commission to guide future policy. Local pantries across the Fox Valley are preparing for a donation drive Saturday to support residents affected by cuts to SNAP. Organizers with We Can Lead Change encourage the public to drop off food and household items from 8:10 a.m. to noon at locations in Geneva, Batavia, St. Charles, South Elgin, and Carpentersville. Organizers say the effort is aimed at ensuring that no neighbor goes without basic necessities. Tragic news from Naperville Thursday night, where a pedestrian was struck and killed by a freight train. Metro reported service disruptions on several Burlington Northern Santa Fe lines, forcing some trains to stop or start at Lyle instead of their intended stations. Train service gradually resumed from 11:30 p.m. following the incident. The Oswego Village Board has approved the Polo Crossing development, transforming 80 acres of farmland off Wolf's Crossing Road into 320 new homes. The project, led by Glenview-based Drake Group, will include 120 single-family homes, 200 townhouses, and a 4-acre park. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks Signature Espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Hot Hands, America's favorite hand warmers. Today, a slight chance of rain with cloudy skies and a high near 42. Tonight, a slight chance of drizzle before 9 p.m., cloudy with a low around 38. Looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly cloudy with a high near 45. Currently, it is 40 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks Signature Espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the voice of the Valley, and the talk of the town. We hope that you are enjoying your day today. It is a little bit on the overcast side, but hey, that's all right. We're going to be seeing it for the next couple of days. So I know we're going to be seeing some snow coming up next week. Just be prepared for that, too. Let's go through what our national day is today. We got a couple different days that are recognized today. It is Mickey Mouse's birthday. Happy birthday, Mickey Mouse. Of course, we all know who this is. This is the 18th of November today. It's his birthday, commemorating the debut of a lovable mouse that was once a rabbit called Oswald. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, yes. His character got his start on a film in November 18th in 1928, but before that, the story begins in 1927, when Mr. Disney himself first sketched a floppy-eared bunny while under contract to Universal Studios. The events that unraveled brought us Mickey Mouse. Yes, of course. While his creator and studio had applied several different dates to the lovable mouse over the years, November 18th, 1928 was finalized as his birthday to stardom. Before that, it came under the roller coaster events of Oswald's success and Universal's disappointing contract negotiations. And then the story does continue on. The Disney Brothers Studio, or Bros Studio, took their leave of both the studio and Oswald and set to work, creating a character that would go on to lead the company into the future. There's, of course, lots of different history on here, so we only have so much time. So if you want to read more on it, of course, you can find it on the World Wide Web. There's books, documentaries, docuseries, so many different things out there, of course, about the famous mouse. It is National Princess Day today. Recognize, celebrate the princess in every girl by taking part in the National Princess Day. Perhaps you know a princess who shines because of her gift of laughter, making everyone around them smile. Maybe your princess shows her royal nature by her great acts of kindness and a heart of gold. Or your princess may be bold and confident, ready to take on every new challenge. Whatever the gifts might be, there's a princess in each of us, even if we don't know it yet. So that is National Princess Day. Did I like princess movies growing up? I always liked Ella Enchanted. That one was with Anne Hathaway. I always liked watching that. That was from 2004, live action. So Heidi Klum's actually in that too. She makes an appearance. What are some other days that are recognized today? It is Apple Cider Day. Yes, you would think it would have been a little bit earlier, but Apple Cider Day is recognized today. The day celebrates this rich and fruity beverage, filling our hearts and bodies with warmth. They say an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but a glass of apple cider at the end of a long day can definitely rejuvenate the soul. Apple cider is made from freshly harvested apples that are mashed and made to resemble applesauce. Then it processes to be pressed to extract the fresh juice and fermented. After the fermentation process is done, you get the sweet and spicy apple cider, the seasonal autumn drink. There's a long history of apple cider that's out there, of course. There's even history dating back to the 3000 BC when the Celts in Britain made the beverage using crab apples. Unlike the cider that we know today, this beverage was definitely bitter because it used the local crab apples that grew in small shrubs. So that is a day recognized today as well. Another day recognized, it's International Occult Day, recognized in the United States. It's a day to revel in the unknown and delve into the depths of the mysteries that surround us. It aims at looking in the shadows and the stars to the unknown mystic world. The word occult has a Latin origin, which means, quote, hidden knowledge, or the knowledge of the unknown. The term occult now refers to practices related to mysticism, spirituality, and esoteric arts. So alchemy, future sight, healing, supernatural gifts, and many more as well. So that is recognized today. And I mean, you can even go into the history of occultism. It's been around since humans really have existed. We don't really know when it started, but we do know that it was coined somewhere around the 16th century in Europe. Outside organized religions is when it really was, the term was coined really there. It was a search of the meaning of life, profane thoughts and messages, one ought to feel from a deep dwelling in the inner self too. So there's a long history about it, of course, that you can find and more. And that's on nationaltoday.com or also the National Day calendar. So check out more information there. There's a lot of other days that are also recognized. What are some other days? It is National Entrepreneurs Day in the United States. This is an annual event occurring on the third Tuesday of November, honoring people who have built an empire from absolutely nothing. Radical inventions by brilliant minds have shaped the way that we live today, not to mention, of course, our future. So if you want to read a little bit more on that too, you can also find that on nationaltoday.com. Couple other days are recognized, different birthdays and celebrations. You can find all of that, of course, on the nationaltoday.com website, and it's also founded on National Day calendar. So a couple of other days that are recognized that you can find. Latvia Independence Day is recognized today. Married to a Scorpio Support Day is also internationally recognized. The day provides an opportunity to share stories as well as guidance and support for those with Scorpio spouses. Scorpio is a zodiac sign, for people born between October 23rd and November 22nd. Every zodiac sign has a specific list of characteristics that tend to manifest in people's personalities. Being married to a Scorpio, while amazing, is not an easy feat. They are very loyal, but they also have some intense traits. Having a Scorpio partner can come with its fair share of baggage because it can be manipulative, intense mood swings, and impulsive too. But again, that's all based off of those definitions. So if you want to check out more information, that's nationaltoday.com. That's nationaltoday.com for more info. So with that being said, we did go through the National Day calendar. I also do want to mention here, too, some things that are happening locally in the Fox River Valley area, as we like to talk about that, of course. So we have a couple different things here coming up Friday, November 21st. This is a well put together and exciting event that'll be coming up at 6 p.m. Now you can find this at aurora.il.us. So you can find that posted onto there. That's the merriest and cheeriest of seasons, starting with Winter Lights. This is going to be a parade. It's brought to you by Chicago Premium Outlets. And this is at 6 p.m. Friday, November 21st. The parade will be stepping off at 6:30 p.m. Now, this is in Downer Place from Water Street to River Street in downtown Aurora. Parking is for free, available in all public downtown lots. Now, here are some tips that you got to know about, too. Be sure to arrive a little bit earlier, as streets will begin to close at 6 p.m. The tree lighting and drone lights ceremony and show are best viewed from both the Downers Place bridges, that is, multiple. Now, there's also Santa's location. Grand Army of the Republic Military Museum is where it's located. That is at 23 East Downers Place. As the City of Aurora's official kickoff to the holiday season, this free family-friendly event will be filled with merry-making moments and a sleigh full of fun for the entire family. Stepping off at 6:30 p.m., Santa and Mrs. Claus will usher in the holiday season with an illuminated parade filled with reindeers, elves, and special guests, and other holiday favorites. Following the parade, Santa and Mrs. Claus, along with Mayor Leish, will lead the crowd in a countdown to flip the magic switch and illuminate the city's holiday tree. After the tree lighting, the downtown Aurora sky will be brightened by a drone light show among the banks of the Fox River, sponsored by the Chicago Premium Outlets. After that drone show, Stolp Avenue, between Downer Place and Galena Boulevard, will be filled with food vendors, roaming costumed characters, and musical entertainment at Millennium Plaza. You can also join them for photos with Santa. This year, Santa will be at the Grand Army of the Republic Museum. That's at 23 East Downers Place. He will be there ready for photos immediately following the drone show. Now, if you do want to check out more information, you can call them at 630-256-3370 or check out more information, events at aurora.il.us. So there's a lot of fun things that are coming up here locally in the Fox River Valley area, and we always like to keep you in tune, up to date, and in the loop on what is going on. The The time is 11:46. We're going to take another quick time out. We'll be back with more here on Out to Lunch, WRMN. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Join your co-hosts Mike Tooman and Paul Burvitt on our weekly radio hour, Chief Guard of the Republic, where we talk about all things national security, defense, personal security, safety, and dealing with law enforcement situations. Call in 847-931-1410. Ask us questions. We will get you answers. Every week, Saturday, noon to 1 on 1410 AM WRMN Elgin. Streaming on WRMN1410.com. Chat with us on WRMN's YouTube live channel.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
When your car needs trusted care, think All Around Auto Body in Schaumburg. Family owned for over 30 years, they deliver high-quality collision repair and dependable service from start to finish. Call 847-352-3825. They're located at 501 Morse Avenue in Unit D. Get your vehicle back in shape with the experts who care. All Around Auto Body, where your car is treated like family. Call 847-352-3825 today. Proud sponsors of America's First Responders Fest.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, folks, to Out to Lunch here on WRMN, the Voice of the Valley, and the Talk of the Town. Hopefully you are tuning in and enjoying this morning. We're going to be kicking it off to the afternoon pretty soon here. Now, coming up during the 12 o'clock hour, we do have a very special interview with two lovely ladies who are members of the Elgin Women's Club. So stay tuned for that. They have been celebrating 135 years of service and community development projects. So we'll be talking a little bit about the journey and the fun ahead, of course, and give you that information that they will tell you, of course, how they have accomplished so many different tasks as they have been for 135 years together. So we'll discuss a little bit about that here, too. That will be during the first segment of the 12 o'clock hour. We're having Rita Corbett and the very own Mrs. Betty Brown with us as well too today. So we're very much looking forward to that. So stay tuned here on WRMN, that AM 1410 dial, through the app, on our YouTube channel as well, to physically see us as well on the screen. That's youtube.com at WRMN Radio. So join in on this wonderful conversation. That'll be coming up at 12:06. In the meantime, what I want to do is, of course, discuss here a little bit more on what's happening locally in the Fox River Valley area. There are lots of good things that are coming up here, and we want to keep you in tune with all those great things. Now, the Algonquin and Lake in the Hills